hard, working to see it all through. I'm not gonna wait around, these feet are gonna hit the ground. Do it with all of my heart. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna give it my all. Eliminate all distractions. Every day, no matter the stakes, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna give it my all. Eliminate all distractions. Every day, no matter the stakes, whatever it takes. Oh yeah, whatever it takes. I don't know how it feels to only put in half of the effort I can give. All I know how to do is to aim for the stars. That's the only way to live. I'm not gonna wait around, these feet are gonna hit the ground. Do it with all of my heart. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna give it my all. Eliminate all distractions. Every day, no matter the stakes, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna give it my all. Eliminate all distractions. Every day, no matter the stakes, whatever it takes. Oh, whatever it takes. I gotta do whatever it takes. You gotta do whatever it takes. We gotta do whatever it takes. I gotta, you gotta, we gotta do. Oh, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna give it my all. Eliminate all distractions. Every day, no matter the stakes, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna give it my all. Eliminate all distractions. Every day, no matter the stakes, whatever it takes. Oh yeah, whatever it takes. Yeah.
Welcome, people from the future. I am Spencer Furmage from the past, and check out my time machine. You see, there's this guy called Dr. Emmett Brown. He invented cool things like a time machine called the Time DeLorean, and an automatic breakfast maker. It'll make you some breakfast. I wonder what am I good at? Roll clip.
And finally, the gummy fish. That's individuality for you. Individuality is discovering who you're meant to be so you can make a difference. Here's one thing I've discovered about myself. I have a very special gift. I'm kind of an expert at finding the perfect candy combinations. For instance, everyone knows that chocolate and peanut butter goes well together. But did you know that sour worms and cherry starburst together will make your head spin? But my most favorite combination is the one I'm working on right now. I start with sour candy. Oh, I love it so much. But too much sour can be a bad thing. So, to balance it out, chocolate covered raisins. They take some of the punch out of the sour. And plus, they used to be grapes, so healthy. Then, the gummy fish. Of course, these are key because they stick to your teeth, so you know you'll be tasting them for at least another hour. You see that? I used my gift of candy combining to really make a difference in my life. Now I have all these perfect little bags that I could enjoy for weeks to come. Or at least a couple of days. I'm going to eat so much candy. So much candy. I wonder if there's a better way for me to use my gift. One that won't make me sick or cost me a fortune at the dentist. You know, our story today is about a woman named Lydia. She had a very special gift too, and we're going to learn how she used it. So much candy. I'll see you soon.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Acts, chapter 16, verses 13 through 15.
Lydia of Thyatira was a remarkable woman. Her city was known for its craftsmen, especially those who made and sold expensive purple dye.
Take a look. I use only the finest snail shells.
Though most successful people in business were men, Lydia learned the craft of purple dye. And when she traveled to the Roman city of Philippi, she set up a business selling rare, expensive purple cloth.
Please note, we have lilac, plum, iris, lavender, and grape fabric laid out. And over here you'll find amethyst, eggplant, and orchid.
Lydia had likely been raised to believe in many false gods, but in her heart, she knew there was something more.
The Jewish people believe in just one God. What if they're right?
The city of Philippi had laws against bringing any unknown religion into the city. But Lydia would meet outside the city gates on the riverbank with a group of women who believed in the one true God.
Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Love Him with all your strength.
Lydia and the other women had never heard of Jesus. But as they began to seek God together, God sent a vision to someone else, the Apostle Paul, who was staying in the Greek city of Troas.
Dream. It was so vivid. I saw a man standing right here begging me. He said, Come over to Macedonia. Help us.
Immediately, Paul and his friends set sail. Within a few days, they reached land and traveled to Philippi, one of the most important cities in Macedonia.
So we just start by finding a synagogue of Jewish believers, right?
I don't think there is a synagogue here.
On the Sabbath, a day of worship, Paul and his friends went down to the river, hoping to find a place of prayer.
Shall we gather at the river?
Excuse me.
Hi there. Do you wish to join us? We're praying to the one true God.
Absolutely.
There, by the river, Paul told the story of Jesus and how anyone who chose to follow Jesus could have a relationship with God that lasts forever.
But this is amazing. This changes everything.
The Lord opened Lydia's heart to believe every word of Paul's message.
I wish to be baptized. At once.
Not only was Lydia baptized, but she immediately shared the good news with her family and everyone who lived and worked in her home. And they too were baptized. Lydia gathered Paul and his friends.
Do you consider me a believer in the Lord? If you do, come and stay at my house.
We would be honored.
As a successful businesswoman, Lydia's house was likely large and beautiful.
We must meet here from now on.
Lydia did not hesitate to give everything she had to the believers in the brand new church. And when Paul and Silas were later thrown in prison and then released, they immediately returned to Lydia's home to rest and prepare before they left the city.
You must be brave.
Of course we will. Don't forget to write.
Later, Paul did write a letter to Lydia and others in the church of Philippi, and he remembered his time spent in Lydia's home and the church there with great joy.
I thank my God every time I remember you. In all my prayers for all of you, I always pray with joy. I'm happy because you have joined me in spreading the good news. God began a good work in you, and I am sure that he will carry it on until it is completed.
In everything she did, Lydia continued to use her gifts to help others.
Okay, so everyone has at least one gift, right? Something they can do really well. And it doesn't have to be something flashy, like being an amazing singer. O sole mio. You could be good at baking, swimming, finding things that are lost, talking very, 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 very fast, making people laugh, identifying different species of birds. It's a blue-throated macaw. Lydia's gift was that she was good at business. She knew how to make money by selling things that people wanted. She sold purple cloth. I wonder if she sold a coat like this. Probably not. Whether you know it or not, you have a gift. You may even have more than one. But what your gifts are isn't as important as how you use them. Lydia used the money she made in her business to provide a place to stay for the Apostle Paul and his friends. She used her gifts to help others. And Jesus was constantly teaching people, healing people, and loving people. He used his gifts to help others too. That's what we should do. When we're good at something, we shouldn't just use it to help ourselves or to make ourselves look good. God gave us our gifts, and we should share them with other people. That's the one thing to remember today. Use your gifts to help others. So I think I'm gonna share these bags of candy instead of keeping them all to myself. And not only that, I bet I can use my gift to help other people find their favorite candy combinations. I could go into business like Lydia. Whew. This idea is making my head spin. I'll see you next time. Now, what candy goes well with Chica Sticks?
Oh, now I get it. Lydia was a clothing seller, and she used her gift of God, which is money, to help the poor. And I use my gifts of God, which is cooking and joke cracking and baking and building, like my time machine, and card making, so people will know that they are loved. So how can you use your gifts to help other people today? Excuse me, anybody over there? Uh-oh, that's me from the past. I gotta get out of here before he sees me. Bye, bye guys. No, this is your dad, and I'm, we're in the backyard.
There's 7.442 billion people in the world, but you're one in a million. They ain't never seen, no, nothing like you, no, nothing like you. A diamond in the rough, yeah, you're shining like a star, yeah, lighting up the world, just being who you are. Cause they ain't never seen, no, nothing like you, no, nothing like you, hey. Afraid to shine. Cause you're one of a kind. Different faces, some with braces, different colors, different races, all coming from different places. That's how it was meant to be. Don't be a faker, you're an earth shaker. Don't ever listen to the words of the haters. Born to be a difference maker. Come on, start now, not later. Individuality, discover who you're meant to be. The only you that you can be. Cause you're the MVP. 7.442 billion people in the world, but you're one in a million. They ain't never seen, no, nothing like you, no, nothing like you. A diamond in the rough, yeah, you're shining like a star, yeah, lighting up the world, just being who you are. Cause they ain't never seen, no, nothing like you, no, nothing like you, hey. Don't be afraid to shine. Cause you're one of a kind. There's 7.442 billion people in the world, but you're one in a million. They ain't never seen, no, nothing like you, no, nothing like you. A diamond in the rough, yeah, you're shining like a star, yeah, lighting up the world, just being who you are. Cause they ain't never seen, no, nothing like you, no, nothing like you, hey. Mirror, mirror on the wall, I wanna make a splash like a cannonball. Yeah, mirror, mirror on the wall, I'll make a splash like a cannonball, hey.
Hi, it's Pastor Lois, and I'm here today to share with you God's toolbox. Isn't that exciting? I realized that all of the gifts that we have come out of God's toolbox. And so I was thinking, my dad used to have a toolbox, and there were things in it like hammers and saws and things like that. But I think God's toolbox has so much more into it. And I think all of us are one of the tools in God's toolbox. Some of us may have more than one tool in our toolbox that God has shared with us. So I thought today, first we'd think about what those tools might be. So I started with, there are people who just build things for us. They hammer in those nails and build houses and churches, and sometimes they build things up in us, like character. And then there's people who keep things tight together. They're the people who, when there's a problem, they're the ones who find the solution, or they're the ones when there's a problem between friends, will kind of help keep them back together. And they're kind of like the screwdriver. And then one of my favorite people loves to cook. And they use that gift so that they can share God's word and God's love with people. and they can do it because it touches their tummy first. I don't like to cook, but occasionally I can put something together that's pretty sweet. I like to make fudge, and this is the spoon I use. Sometimes it just looks like a plain old wooden spoon, but if it's fudgy, everybody wants a piece of it, right? Our lives are kind of like that, but there are tools beyond even those. How about this tool? We all want to have those when we go outside, don't we? And it's a tool that protects us and protects others, because you know what I can do with these? I could share them. I could share them with you. I could share them with anybody. And then there's another tool. Sometimes somebody in our family is like the glue in our family. All of these things are things that God has in his toolbox for his children to use and to encourage each other with, which brings me to one more tool I want to share with you, this tool. Some of us can encourage each other with music. What do you think? All of these things are things God gives you to be able to share. So my question to you today is, which tool do you think represents you? What thing in your house would you find that represents you? Because it's probably unique to all of these things. I think maybe I'm like this furniture slider. You know, it keeps things from getting scratched, and it gets between things that would hurt each other, and it's kind of like the peacemaker. And I think sometimes I'm like that. Sometimes I'm one of the other things. Sometimes I'm none of those things. I'm something totally different. What are you today? Which gift that God has given you can you use to be an encourager, to be a builder, to be someone who holds things together when things seem to be falling apart? Which of these things can you do? Maybe it's just protecting people and being there when somebody's being picked on, like the sunglasses. Maybe you have some other tool that you are, because you see how big God's toolbox is? It's much bigger than the one behind me. That's not really God's toolbox, is it? God's tools are in all of us. And I would have to have a toolbox big enough to hold everybody in the world, because you have a gift that's only yours. So my challenge to you today is to go through your house, find something that reminds you of who you are, and maybe for everybody in your family, how you see them. And then take a moment to share with your adults or your family, whoever is around you today, how you see them and what a gift they are, so that you can be an encourager, just like this. You can be the one who sings the song that reminds them of God today, just by sharing the gift you see in them. Have a good day.